Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. Have you ever put on a bra that makes you feel like a goddess? Prepare to be obsessed with the Dream Angels Wicked Bra from Victoria's Secret, the iconic brand behind the world's most comfortable bras. And I only wear the most comfortable bras. The bestseller features an innovative sling for perfect lift without padding, and the fit is chef's kiss. Awaken your inner goddess with new colors and super femme lace embroidery. Find out why this bra has thousands of 5-star reviews and counting. Shop it in stores and online at victoriasecret.com.
Howdy, howdy, ho, and welcome to Fantasy Fan Fellas. I'm Hayden, producer of the Fantasy Fangirls podcast and your resident lover of all things Sanderson.
And I'm Steven, your bookish internet goofball, but you can call me the Smash Daddy.
And we are currently deep diving Brandon Sanderson's fantasy epic, Mistborn. But here's the catch. Steven here has not read Mistborn before.
That's right, hey. So each week, you'll get my unfiltered, raw reactions to every single chapter.
And along the way, we'll do character deep dives, magic explainers, and Steven will even try to guess what's next. Spoiler alert, he'll be wrong.
Newsflash, I'm never wrong. Episodes come out every Wednesday, and you can find Fantasy Fan Fellas wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Psych Legal Pop Podcast. This is a podcast where we talk about popular culture through the lens of an attorney and a therapist. I'm Brooke Brigham. I'm the attorney.
And I'm Tess Brigham. I'm the therapist.
And today we're going to be talking about Seeking Sister Wife, Season 6, Episode 9. I knew this conversation was coming. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
So that was the...
what, the Davises?
Was that from the Davises? I thought it was from
maybe not
the Johnsons.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't know. Who knows? Someone
Who
said
are
it.
the Johnsons? Wait, the Johnsons.
The Johnsons,
the Johnson family. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Let's start with the Johnsons, because before we started recording, one of our listeners, one of our Patreon members, Christy, sent us some info. So, Brooke, break it down, because you said it much better than I did.
Well, okay. So there's somebody on Reddit who is claiming to be Anjelica's sister. Now, obviously, there's no way to verify this, but from what she was saying, it seemed pretty credible. But basically, excuse me, Anjelica is bisexual, and she's in a relationship with Shanay as well. So it's a polyamorous relationship. I think they call it a closed triad. So, it's just the three of them, which would make a lot of sense.
Of how upset. I mean, this whole time we've been trying to figure out, why is Anjelica? Why can't they just be friends? And now it's sort of like, oh, okay, got it.
Right. And also, why have they been trying so long, trying for 3 years to make this work and whatnot. So, and also the sister said that TLC, they know this. And I'm sure that's the same situation with the Davises, because people have said that April and Jenny, are with each other too. That, they're also a polyamorous family. But TLC doesn't want to focus on that. They just want to focus on this sister wives angle and pretending that this is polygamy. And I think it is polygamy for some couples. Not all the couples are polyamory couples. So that makes sense too. I mean, when this show first started, this is the 6th season.
Yeah.
It's been on for a while. A lot has changed. So when they first started the show, maybe they didn't think that a show about polyamory would work, or it would be too much, too controversial. And then eventually they did make that polyamorous polyfamily about polyamory. But they had to kind of pull it early after just, I don't know, what was it, 6 episodes?
Well, I think they only had 6 episodes, but I think that but they obviously didn't get a second season because all that stuff came out about Sean. And I think no matter what, you can't get past Sean's past behavior.
His allegations. Yeah. So maybe they'll try to bring it back with another poly family, but
then the question is like, so even if they do decide, let's separate the two, let's do the poly side and let's do the polygamy side. How do you think the audience would feel if then the Davises are like, well, guess what? We're not on this side. We're on the other side. I mean, I do wonder too, if they've kind of painted themselves into a corner a bit with some of these families, because I can see how people would be a little bit like, okay, wait, you've been lying to us? Okay. Now this is really the relationship, but this is supposed to be real,
Well, have the Davises ever come out and said, oh, April and Jenny, that they're not involved with each other? I don't think they've explicitly ever said that.
I don't think they've ever said anything either way.
Yeah, you're right. They have not addressed it. They've never talked about it. So they haven't been lying necessarily.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
So
that's true. You're right.
Yeah. I think the thing about the boom boom room is made up. I don't think anyone goes in there.
You think that's just a guest room?
Yeah, or it's a picture of a room that's not even in their house. They just got a stock photo off the internet. Because I don't think if they've ever gone in there and shown us with a camera, we just see like a picture of it.
No, we've gone in. I think that we've seen the room. I mean, but again, it's a very sterile room. It's like a bed with a dresser. I mean, it's second only to like a porn set. I mean, it's not at all like I didn't notice anything, no art on the walls. It's not personalized.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Well, we started with the Johnson family. So should we start there? Because this was pretty much one scene or 2 scenes, essentially.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. Because the thing with the train when she walked away, that was last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So last week, basically, Shanay broke up with them.
Yeah.
And she found out that not only did Matt not tell her, but about going on this one date, but that Anjelica went and met the woman and she didn't tell her anything. So double betrayal.
It's a double betrayal. And then Matt says to Anjelica, well, yeah, that was not for you to tell Shanay about the date. But now that I understand the relationship better, isn't it Angelica's place? Because I assume that Shanay is thinking, oh, this woman's going to come in and replace me in both relationships? I mean, right? That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah. So he comes back from the sad train incident and he tells Anjelica that Shanay broke up with them. Mm-hmm. Angelica's very sad. Did she ask, is there any chance to get her back? Or?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She was like, oh, is there any chance? And he's like, no. I mean, he really was like, nope, not going to happen.
He's so emotionless. It's hard to tell. Is he sad?
Yeah.
It's kind of always the same. But she says, this was 3 years. It meant a lot. And, they had this vision of what they wanted. And they will try again to get another quote unquote sister wife. And Anjelica's really hurting. She likes to have the community. And then another thing that the sister said on Reddit, I think the sister's name is Chastity. I might have read this somewhere else. Or no. And did Anjelica say this? God, I'm so confused. Anyway, her sister Chastity knows about her bisexuality, but her mom and her aunts do not know, and they would not approve of it.
Yes.
And that's why they don't know. And Anjelica would really like to open up to her family.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that.
Yeah, well, and she has to, because this is going to be on television soon, and they have one more episode to shoot. So we need a little bit more content. And I think it was one of those things of like, listen, you're going to have to tell these people anyway, and we need more content from you guys. So you're going to have to do this.
That'll
on
be
camera.
Interesting. Yeah, because I kind of got the feeling like this was it. Like this is the last time we're going to see them. But maybe not.
No, they got to keep this loop has not been closed yet with the Johnsons. So we shall see. All right. Where do you want to go next?
All right. Well, how about we go to the bar with Reise and Randy?
Yes. This was very interesting. This little dynamics, things are changing. And, the more I think about Billie Jean, the more I just, the embryo privilege, all of it. She just pisses me off. She really does.
Yeah, because when the rubber hits the road here.
Yeah.
And she sees this other woman openly flirting with
and liking him, liking Reise. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm assuming this Randy is real and she's not just pretending. But yeah, they are fully flirting. They go to this bar and they're waiting for Billie Jean to arrive. And they just start talking about sex. Like, what's the craziest place you've ever had sex?
Yeah, I thought this was really weird. These sets of questions that they were asking each other. I'm like, did TLC say you only can ask sex questions? Like, if you're getting to know someone, this is where you're starting. You just were at a playground. And now you're here and you're sitting down and you're going to ask 20 questions. Like, do you even know like anything else about each other?
Yeah, I know.
It's like craziest place you've ever had sex and craziest sexual position. And it's just like, oh God, really? I find this hard to believe that this is not typical.
Yeah,
date talk, is it?
I don't know how real is this? What are the chances of Reise, who just was mortified after that first date, goes on a second date and it just goes so swimmingly and this woman is so into him? I just don't know. And and then the sex talk. And so Reise says the craziest place he's ever had sex is at the foot of the bed.
Yeah. So that's a joke. That's a reference. What it's from a movie or a TV show. Oh God. It'll come to me. Yeah, I think it's a famous, it's like on a TV show. I can't remember it right now, but it sounds very familiar. Like I've heard it before.
Yeah. And then he takes it a step further and says that, because then she asked him about his favorite sexual position. And then he's like, oh, I don't, and it gets kind of flustered. He's like, oh, I can tell you, I don't like reverse cowgirl.
I love all these people. There was all this whole thing too on Real Housewives of Orange County, which somehow I'm still watching. I don't know why, but they were talking about reverse cowgirl. I'm like, you know what? No one's doing this unless you're doing porn. I'm sorry. Not on a regular basis.
I think people are. Well, apparently they're talking about it.
I guess so. But then he's like, well, I don't, but he doesn't like it because things aren't lining up. I'm like, what's the problem here, Reise? Like, what? Why can't you get lined up?
I kind of understand what he's saying. It's you just maybe that he didn't get the right angle. Or needs to just work on the angling of it. Reise is kind of vanilla in bed, so this is hard for him.
Oh my God. But watching these two talk about reverse cowgirl at this thing, I'm just like, oh God.
And they're giddy. They're both giddy having this conversation.
Yes. Yes. Super
like
giddy.
Teenagers. Yeah.
Like, it's like, is this the first time you guys had alcohol ever?
Oh, yeah. They didn't even finish half of their, first drink before they got to all of this. This was just, I couldn't believe what I was watching. So then BJ arrives and she really brings down the mood.
But Reise then says, which I guess maybe he thought this would be a nice thing to say, but I think maybe it bothered Billie Jean a little bit more, which is like, you guys are very similar. He says, you guys, there's a lot of similarities between, the energy of Randy and Billie Jean. And so then Billie Jean sits down and she's like, oh, well, do you want to know all of the, you want to get all of the tea, don't you? All the tea on Reise. And then Reise makes this joke of like, or the D.
Yes, again, where is this coming from? Reise led us to believe. Now I don't believe he's vanilla in bed.
No, I do too. But this is the thing. I think this is his kind of very like, oh, look at me, I'm being naughty. Like this is his humor. I really do think this is his humor. I think Billie Jean is like, oh crap, and Randy's laughing, and it's like, oh, wait a second, this guy that I thought I had all the power and the control over, who I thought worshipped me, can actually meet someone kind of similar to me and actually is probably going to be nicer to him than I've been. Oh, wow. The look on her, Billie did no inner work before she decided to get on the show. She did not at all even stop for 1 second and really ask herself what would happen if I felt jealous.
Yeah.
Like she really, I think everyone in one ear out the other.
Yeah, no, she realized very quickly that this is not what she was expecting.
No.
Yeah. And, Randy confirms that she just really wants a partner to help her raise her kids.
Yes. Yeah. And it's funny too, because Reise it's almost a little bit like, she has all these kids. And I think that's what Billie's starting to see of like, oh, wait a second. He really oh, he's enjoying this. Like, oh no. So, did she say this or did she say that she's starting to get jealous? She's happy that they're getting along, but why? She says, did she say this or this is what I said to myself, which is, why is this so easy for you? I think that was the other part of it too, was that this was the joke. It was so hard for you. You have no moves. You're this, you're that. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. No, he's not.
Yeah.
So,
and then Randy starts asking BJ about their sex life. And what she said, does he just lay there?
Yeah.
And then BJ says he will if you let him. And I think that was a joke. And then she said, no, he knows I don't know. I couldn't understand some of this dialogue.
Yeah.
What was said after that? I thought she said he just needs to get fucked. I don't know.
Wait, what?
I remember that. Or he just needs to get something. I couldn't make out what she said. Did you write that down?
No, because they were all talking over each other at one point, and you could not hear that. But I didn't hear that. But I mean, maybe that's why I'm wondering if they really said this or not. But there is an interview
Randy's joking. Obviously, she's trying to joke with her, and BJ, I think, is maybe not getting it. She's not like a funny person.
No. No. And I think Billie's about control. I think Billie likes it when she has control, and she had past tense now, a lot of control in her relationship with this guy, with Reise. And now it's like, oh no. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So this makes sense too, that now she had this experience where she saw Reise with another woman, and she's like, I'll take that risk. I'll take that high risk pregnancy.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my embryos.
Yeah.
And I'm going to roll the dice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's the end of that scene. And then we go to this other scene with them where they're back at home. And, it's this role reversal where Reise is going in and playing with the chickens and getting eggs. And Billie's fixing the mower. She's like, we're going to have to change the air filter here. And so then we hear Reise tells Billie, oh, I heard from Randy. I think this is new information for Billie Jean, I want to say, because she looked a little surprised. And she finally admits, she's overwhelmed. She admits that this is harder than she anticipated. And I was like, yeah, this is where I wrote down. She's realizing that this guy could find somebody else. That you are not that you are not the beginning and end and that you maybe need to change your behavior. Like you can't keep, and this is what we've been saying. I think she's been very callous with him, really callous with him of like, you're uncomfortable doing this, but I'm going to make you do it. And then you do it. And then finally he connects with someone and it's like, no.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And no, she had to come back down to reality.
Yeah. She said, how did you mesh so well? Like that bugged her. Like, how did you mesh so well? Like, okay. And yeah, she asks if he likes Randy and he says, yes. He's like, yeah. So Billie Jean, what did you think was going to happen? That some woman that neither Reise nor this other woman liked at all are going to get together during ovulation periods and have sex. And then this woman's going to raise this baby and never want to have sex with Reise again. And then raise this baby and then let you have time with the baby when it's convenient for you, but then she'll take the baby back. I mean, what were you thinking was going to happen?
In what world?
Here?
Yeah.
I mean, like as if this person's a robot to like fill in whatever need that you have. And wait a second. This is a whole person with other needs.
That's what she was looking for, is a surrogate to stick around after the baby's born and help, or help around the house. Yeah. That doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. No. It doesn't. So now Billie Jean wants to change the rules. She's like, well, maybe I can come to every other date. I'm like, okay.
That's not gonna work.
I don't know if what we see with them next week, because next week's the finale, I believe. And so, I mean, this has got to be, she's saying like, it's got to end with Billie Jean being like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, no, she's gonna put the kibosh on this. Let's see if I wrote down the next week. Okay. Oh, I just wrote Reise and BJ. No details. That's helpful. Okay.
But yeah, I really hope this got BJ to realize that maybe she was taking Reise for granted and that maybe she needs to think about things differently. Sort of check the things that she has. Focus on what you have and not what you don't have.
Right. Be grateful. Again, you already have 2 babies. Why don't you focus on that?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is, and you have this husband that seems to really love you. I mean, poor Danny over here, the Peralta family. Yeah. Like, he doesn't even want to have anything to, I mean, we've got these other families where no one wants to have anything to do with them. And it's like, BJ, this guy really loves you. He seems to really, and he reassures you. He says, no, I would never do that. Like, he loves you and you have 2 kids and you have 5 embryos. You have 5 embryos. And now you have someone else who's willing to carry the child. Oh, God. She just irritates me. Psych Legal Pop. We'll be back after these messages.
Chicago, 2011. A cop is murdered. Police and prosecutors swear they have the trigger man. He swears he didn't do it. How far will each side go to prove they're right?
Like it's just one bombshell after another, where you're like, what?
The story of a PlayStation, a brain-eating amoeba, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Off Duty, out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Hannah Berner from Giggly Squad. Have you ever put on a bra that makes you feel like a goddess? Prepare to be obsessed with the Dream Angel's Wicked Bra from Victoria's Secret, the iconic brand behind the world's most comfortable bras. And I only wear the most comfortable bras. The bestseller features an innovative sling for perfect lift without padding, and the fit is chef's kiss. Awaken your inner goddess with new colors and super femme lace embroidery. Find out why this bra has thousands of 5-star reviews and counting. Shop it in stores and online at victoriasecret.com.
All right. Okay. So Davis's or Merrifields?
Well, why don't we do the Merrifields?
Okay. You want to end with the Davises?
Yeah. So we're back where we left off with Danielle crying in front of the courthouse.
God, this was so sad.
Yeah, she's kind of talking herself into this, giving herself a pep talk, like this is like just what has to be done, I guess. Which of course is ridiculous. And then Garrick and I've already forgot her name.
Lorena.
Lorena, they emerge, Mr. and Mrs. Merrifield.
Yes.
And then we see the first scene of them, all three of them, sitting on a confessional couch.
Oh, yeah,
with
this
the
was so funny.
translator app.
This I thought was so good. I was like, the producers, someone in the producers were like, oh, we have to show people what this is really like.
Yeah.
For them
believe it.
Because they will never believe it, because they're asking Lorena, how she feels now that she's married and she's speaking in Portuguese and blah, 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 blah. And the best is Garrick's in the middle he's looking at her. He's just smiling at her, looking at her like he understands what she's saying. Like he knows what she's saying. And that's the funniest part. So normally it would just end there, but then we hear the translator app knowing you didn't know what she was saying.
Right.
You had no idea until and then this voice comes on. That's a robot. It's so weird. It is so weird.
And it made me realize it's like this woman, Lorena, is very articulate and smart, and she's saying all these things. They have no idea what she's saying. They don't even know that she has these thoughts or how she speaks or how, you know what I mean? They don't even know. They just know her as just this pretty person who kind of goes, chair, computer, sister.
Yeah.
That's how they talk to each other.
Well, and that is why it always comes back to, I find it hard to believe that Garrick and Lorena are having in-depth conversations.
Oh, God,
what are you two cannot
work. With the translator app, it's too much work.
Yeah. So how are you? So I think it's like between a child and a parent. It's like door, butterfly, hungry,
night,
sister, your turn, bed, sheets, wash.
I'm sure she knows those words.
Sheets, wash.
The first thing she learned.
Yeah. It is so weird. But, we don't have time for that. We've got to go have an Asian fusion meal.
Yes, this is their after wedding lunch.
And then all of a sudden, the weirdest thing happens. A guy named Frank shows up. Who is this
Asian guy named Frank?
Asian guy named Frank at the Asian fusion. He's fusion. He's an Asian fusion. It's so, and he comes in and obviously he's very much a plant. It seems like he must own the restaurant or
probably
or works there or something. There's some connection to it. And he's like, oh yeah, you can use my restaurant. Give it a plug. I'll do this. I'll go in there and talk to them because it's hard out there for restaurants. Frank's got to do what Frank's got to do.
That's right.
Yeah. So I don't blame the man.
Yeah. And of course, then polygamy. But she's my wife. That whole, they have to go through that whole thing. And he's like, really? Oh my God.
Which wife? Both?
Huh? You? Huh? You too?
Yeah. And then he brings this thing over. And I swear to God, I thought he was going to present them with this statue. And I was like, oh, this is so weird. Like, why would you give them Frank? What are you doing? Why are you giving them this like statue of yours? But really, it's like to do shots.
Yeah,
so this is how we're
sake or something. Yeah, sake shots.
Sake shots that Frank is going to pour in everybody's mouth, like you guys are on spring break. It's just the whole thing is so weird, so weird. Like this is the weirdest thing I've ever witnessed.
Yeah. And then Danielle says that they're stronger together, but she wonders how the future will look.
Yes. And then she gives us our famous looks of,
You're just now wondering about this, Danielle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yes. And then we get Sam, her sister-in-law, Samantha.
Yeah, sister Samantha. She's concerned.
Yeah, like everybody else. They decide to go to lunch. And of course, Danielle's telling about what's going on and what it was like for her to have to wait outside the courthouse for 45 minutes, watching her now ex-husband get married to this new woman that you've now had in the country for less than 3 months, And And was it Samantha who was, she was like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this or something like that. But she
brought up the stuff. She brought up the stuff about the sleeping arrangements. And she's like, I don't understand why Garrick can't come to you. And, that's really nasty with the sheets.
Yeah.
And, because they're not changing those sheets out every 2 days. Sure.
Well, and it's also exactly what they're saying, which is that, I mean, again, these two women are accommodating Garrick.
Yeah.
Like Garrick doesn't even have to leave rooms. Like he is the king of the goddamn castle.
And Danielle has to keep her toothbrush and stuff in a travel bag.
Yes.
And it's like, just buy another toothbrush.
Yeah. I thought that was weird
in each bathroom. What the
Yeah. I was like, people that have divorced kids and all, you have one thing here, one thing there. That I thought was so strange. Like, she's like, now I'm carrying it in a travel case. I'm like, you can't, a toothbrush is $3.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you have two? But then she has to go down there and be like, oh, hi, before you guys start having sex, let me go get my toothbrush. I'm going to go back to the sister room.
Knock, knock. I forgot my toothbrush.
I'm not looking.
I'm out of clean underwear. I think I left some in the the closet.
Okay, so then this is the other one, which we had talked about before we didn't know, which is that Danielle starts talking about how they're going to keep seeking.
I know.
And they don't know how Lorena is going to handle this. But
she doesn't know? Lorena doesn't know?
No, she knows. Sorry, but she's not thrilled about it.
Oh, well,
but they haven't even we've just gotten this far, so they haven't even broached the subject. But the other thing, too, is and Danielle's right, like, you really can't do anything. It's going to take up to 2 years for Lorena to get this citizenship. And so then I'm thinking, isn't this abuse of the system?
It's a sex trafficking test. Because this is their plan. Lorena is going to become a U.S. citizen, and then she's going to divorce Garrick.
Yes.
And then they can get another K-1 visa for another wife. But again, from what I've read, well, no, because, I guess Lorena could get a K-1 visa to bring a woman, saying she's going to marry a woman, bring her over. But Garrick's already had two. And even though only one was successful, what I read online at the State Department website was that it's a lifetime maximum of 2 K-1 visas, even if the person never comes. Like, if once they issue you, right, exactly. That was number one. Lorena is number two. So yes, I think it's abuse of the system. This is sex trafficking. This is what the 2 K-1 visa limit was meant to address. Is men just, getting these women to come to the United States and be, for sex. I mean, this is sick.
It is. I was like, ugh. It is, because then we're back to, this idea of what is it that you really want? If God is speaking to you and telling you that you should have more wives, so the stipulation is she always has to be from a foreign country, and the foreign country has to be Brazil. Like, no, that's the part. And I was like, so wait, you're just going to wait for her to become a citizen. Then you're going to abuse the system again, get divorced again, lie in court about, right? Because you're already liars. Because I was then thinking, they could wait till Lorena gets citizenship, and then maybe Danielle and Garrick could get remarried. Wouldn't that be nice? But then it's like, no. Garrick's got to stay available for the next woman.
Right,
so,
for the next,
So you're just going to keep bringing in, it's gross, and you're abusing the system.
Yeah.
And for someone this is not, I don't know, this does not feel like you're celebrating marriage. It feels like you are using people, and you're using women.
You are sex trafficking women because it's so specific.
Yes.
So specific. These young Brazilian women. You know what? There's a lot of women in the United States that are young and beautiful. Why are you doing this? It's really disturbing. And the fact that Danielle can't see this, or she doesn't want to see it, she just is letting herself be used like this. It's sad.
It is sad. It's Samantha's looking at her like, what the fuck?
Oh, Samantha is at her wit's end.
Yeah.
She is just looking at her like, just when you thought that this couldn't get any worse, you get this news. I mean,
well, and that's the other problem is that I'm sorry, I don't think Garrett could find a woman here in the U.S. to marry him. Do you know what I mean? I don't think any woman.
Pretty hard.
Remember, they had that woman from last year who was she Muslim?
Oh yeah,
she was from the U.S.
She's from like Michigan or something.
Yeah, but her background was such where there was polygamy.
Yeah,
in the family. But she had opinions and she had power. No. The only way for Garrett to have ultimate power is you've got to keep picking these women who are young and vulnerable from other countries.
Yeah, because they're dependent on you. They can't just leave you and go back to their country. Yeah. They're not going to have any money to do that. I mean,
it's really gross.
Someone needs to open an investigation.
Yeah.
To this.
Because I could not believe that. I mean, I thought I wasn't quite sure if they were going to keep seeking, but I couldn't believe that they were actively talking about, well, in 2 years she'll be a citizen. And then I was like, oh, you're ready to do this all over again. You're already preparing to do this again.
Yeah, no, they have a long-term plan here. But yeah, I don't think it's going to work. But then Garrett will force Lorena to apply for a K-1 visa for another woman, pretending that, she's going to, well, they will have to get married.
Yeah.
In order for her to get citizenship.
Yeah. Super gross.
It's gross. Okay.
All right. So let's talk about the Davises, because things are falling apart here in the Davis family. And Nick is done with this foolishness. I was with Nick at the end there. I'm like, yeah. Nick's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So do Teresa and Brandon look like they're the same age?
He looks much younger.
Yeah.
She says this is her best friend.
Of 20 years. They've known each other 20 years.
Wow.
And quite frankly,
he just looks young.
Yeah. And also he's not I don't know. I mean, I didn't hear the full conversation, but I kept thinking, Brandon's kind of useless. Like Brandon's not helping her, or not that I think that Brandon's there to tell her like, get out of this or whatever it is, but just the advice that he gives her or the things that he's saying, it's like, none of this is, she just needs more affirmations than other people. It's like, no, Brandon, no, that's not what's happening. But yeah, they go to this pool hall because Teresa, says things have been tense at home. She's been healing from all these abusive relationships. And, it's obviously, as we've been seeing all season long, it's affecting the family. It's creating all these problems and tension. And Brandon doesn't know Nick and the family very well. So he's there to kind of be this sounding board. But yeah, this was his big thing. He said, like to the camera, he says, Teresa just needs more affirmations than other people. I'm like, that's not a solution.
Yeah.
That's not anything. That's like,
well, we know that, but why? And why isn't she addressing her insecurities? We don't fully know like her history, but she says she's had a lot of abusive relationships. She feels insecure next to Jenny and April.
They're more wife material. And I don't know if that's more of like, because Jenny's having a baby, like wife material, like maybe Teresa can't have kids. I don't know how old Teresa is. I don't know. We don't know because she won't talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's very funny because she talks about like, I have a lot of shame that I feel like I'm not good enough for a monogamous relationship, that I'm not good enough for this poly relationship. So she can very much speak to and say exactly like, because I was in these abusive relationships, I struggle with my confidence, I struggle with my sense of self, and that's affecting everyone else. Okay. But that's it.
Yeah.
I just, there's something off about this because you can get this far. So you can talk about these things, but you cannot right? But in certain circumstances, you can't tolerate certain things. I don't know.
Well, yeah, she understands that she has issues, but she's not willing to take the next step. And I mean, really, she needs to go to therapy, and she needs
a lot of it.
She needs to work through this. She needs help working through this, because Nick is not going to be able to help her.
Nor should he. Nor should he.
But
not anyone else's responsibility.
He's trying to just talk to her, just in general, like, because it's preventing the two of them from having any kind of genuine connection. Because she won't open up to him.
Yeah.
And, I think he's trying to be patient with her. And I don't know, it's just a disaster. I mean, I don't know. I'm not quite sure how she got there.
Yeah.
How she ended up living there.
That's why I think that she was a friend of Nick's. I don't think Nick saw this other side of her. I think maybe she maybe needed a place to live, and they needed another. Danielle's gone, and they needed another sister wife. And it was kind of like, oh, well, we're all getting along. This is good. And then now they're really seeing the extent of it. Because she also says to Brandon, she says, I'm never going to find this kind of love again. That's the other problem that you have here. Teresa, stop that. Because what happens is you keep saying things, this is so good, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that you're going to blow it. And and now you're saying this is the best thing ever. It's like, no, it's not. If you're struggling so much in this is not the best love you've ever had. But she doesn't know that, because she's it's hard to watch, but in some ways she can articulate it. In other ways she doesn't want to address it. But she wants to be in this relationship, and she sees it so valuable, and she wants to do all this stuff, but you're not willing to. I mean, it's just very strange. I really feel like there's some element, just like with Anjelica and Shanay, there's some element that we're missing here.
We're missing a piece of the puzzle here. Yeah. Well, yeah. And I don't know how this is, going to end. I mean, how are they just going to have to kick her out? I mean,
probably. And she's got a kid, so I'm sure they're not thrilled about this. I think that's the other part of it too, is that Nick probably feels like, oh crap, I had this friendship with her and I probably shouldn't have gone down this road. And now we're here and we thought it was a good idea. And I don't know. I mean, the next scene that we see, because Brandon was zero help at all. He was zero help. So the next scene that we see is they're all, they want to have a family meeting. They want to talk to Teresa about what's going on. The cameras are there. This is the time to do it. April's making mocktails, which is basically putting juice in wine glasses. And they're, basically, and I'm with April and Jenny on this. They basically call her an energy vampire. And I'm sure she is. She is an emotional energy. She is a vampire. She is probably sucks the life. And every single time everybody's hanging out, you might even have people over. Maybe you're playing Yahtzee. Maybe you're having a good time with your friends. Somewhere around, she's going to bring up her being molested as a child, or she's going to bring up an abusive relationship, or and again, I'm not, because that's it for her. Like, this is, she's just one of these people.
That's her story.
That's her story. And there's nothing more. And she's one of these people that is going to bring this up because it's the only thing that she, that it's not that's the only thing that she thinks that's special about her, but it's this big giant wound that can't go away. And you're there and you start to feel insecure. So you're going to start talking about the molestation and she's stuck. She's like a teenager. She's stuck as a kid.
Or she probably just after a few drinks or something, just starts crying. And then everyone's like, what's wrong? And she's like, won't talk about it. And they'll say, try to cheer her up. So everything stops. Everything stops. And we got to pay attention to Teresa and
her stuff.
Yeah. And she's just a downer.
And also, you can't be the asshole to be like, no one cares about your molestation or whatever. No one can be the person to say like, this is highly inappropriate. You have to, society expects that. And that's what I thought with Nick. I was like, okay, he's really holding firm. He's like, listen, there's still groundwork that we need to do. You keep questioning whether or not you're supposed to be here. And that's not, that's not going to work.
It's not helpful.
It's not helpful. This isn't working. The insecurity, and essentially saying, we can't reassure you every single minute of every day. No one can. and you got to, and this isn't going to work. No matter who we are.
Yeah.
Isn't going to work. And immediately she wants to leave. She's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pissed, which I can understand. Because they're like, listen, the camera people are here. We've all, taken maybe time off work. We're here. We're doing this. You told us you would stay, or you told the producers you would stay. And then she's just like, she has to leave the house. She leaves the room and gets her car keys and, gets in her car. And they're super annoyed. Right.
Well, because Nick was trying to break up with her, basically. Yeah, I do. And I think that she knew that. And so she's like, just got up and left. Yeah. And then she just sort of comes back like nothing happened.
Yeah. I mean, he says something about like they've reached a crossroads. Is that the thing that gets her to get up? And then, but then he says that she's, this is what happens. She avoids confrontation, or maybe April said this. And, yeah. And I think that again, in the past, maybe they chased after her and now they're like, we're not chasing after her. This is ridiculous. Right. So yeah, no one is going to disrupt Nick's peace. God damn it. Nobody. He has got bigger things to do.
Yes. He's got
Vera.
Things to learn. Yeah. Things to teach.
He's got things to think about.
Yes.
He's got to teach Vera. He's got, thermodynamics? Whatever else he's got going on. So he does not have time for this. Zip zero. Yeah. All right. So what happens next week?
So next week, Yesel's home and he's pissed.
Oh, yeah. This one, I was like, oh, God. Poor Danny. For Danny.
I wrote down Reise and BJ, of course, and nothing else, but we'll see them next week. Nick, the Davises, they're basically saying they need to let Teresa go.
Yeah.
Anjelica, she does tell her family about the relationship. And maybe she went on this show. Maybe this was her way of coming out.
Maybe she felt like, you know what? I know how terrible they would be with me, and I'm going to put it on camera, and at least they would have to control it.
Right. They yeah, exactly.
But again, what's interesting is that if your family doesn't support you in the way that you want, they're opinionated and you're scared of them and they don't support you, then why? But it just sort of feels like, well, Shanay's no longer here, so I have to go back to my family. Again, I'd like to, there's nobody else. There's nobody else. Nobody in between any of this.
Well, but I think there is a good chance that she did this so that, she could tell her family without them, yelling at her or whatever she was afraid of.
Yes.
We'll see.
Boy, this show. So, all right, we got one more week.
Next week is the finale. Okay.
And then we're done.
Last episode next week. Okay. Well, thanks for joining us to discuss this fascinating show.
It's truly fascinating.
If you would like more of us, we do have a Patreon where all of the free episodes are ad-free. And we do a weekly bonus episode where we talk about pop culture, hot topics, sometimes a little bit about our lives. And for the upper tier, we do a once a month bonus, Ask Us Anything. And we do a once a month true crime bonus just for the Patreon members. And you can also find us on all the socials. We're on YouTube. So yeah, come check it out.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.
This message comes from Jackson. Taxes aren't something you can only think about once a year. With investments, planning for tax day is year-round. Fortunately, Jackson offers tax-efficient products. Visit jackson.com for more information on how our products can make your tax bill a little bit less painful. Jackson is short for Jackson Financial Incorporated, Jackson National Life Insurance Company, Lansing, Michigan, and Jackson National Life Insurance Company of New York, Purchase, New York.
Howdy, howdy, ho, and welcome to Fantasy Fan Fellas. I'm Hayden, producer of the Fantasy Fangirls podcast and your resident lover of all things Sanderson.
And I'm Steven, your bookish internet goofball, but you can call me the Smash Daddy.
And we are currently deep diving Brandon Sanderson's fantasy epic, Mistborn. But here's the catch. Stephen here has not read Mistborn before.
That's right, hey. So each week, you'll get my unfiltered, raw reactions to every single chapter.
And along the way, we'll do character deep dives, magic explainers, and Stephen will even try to guess what's next. Spoiler alert, he'll be wrong.
Newsflash, I'm never wrong. Episodes come out every Wednesday, and you can find Fantasy Fanfellows wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Hannah Burner from Giggly Squad. Have you ever put on a bra that makes you feel like a goddess? Prepare to be obsessed with the Dream Angels Wicked Bra from Victoria's Secret, the iconic brand behind the world's most comfortable bras. And I only wear the most comfortable bras. The bestseller features an innovative sling for perfect lift without padding, and the fit is chef's kiss. Awaken your inner goddess with new colors and super femme lace embroidery. Find out why this bra has thousands of 5-star reviews and counting. Shop it in stores and online at victoriassecret.com.